Narayanam namaskruchya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudhirayet nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkripātamaham vande Shri Gurum Dīnatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tatsat Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Jayapataka Swami Namacharya Padani Takrama Padani Gauruktathamdana Narlantarane Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauramani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome to this class on Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Then
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So let us start with a recap of a very important verse from chapter number 2. So we are canto number 1. We are in the chapter number 3 today. But before that, I thought there are some very important concepts that I just want to revise. Yes, the 6 questions, we have already done it. But beyond the 6 questions, when Suta Goswami started to explain the sages of Naimisharanya, the topmost religious principle is to do devotional service to Lord Shri Krishna. He continues to explain why Lord Shri Krishna, why we should worship Lord Shri Krishna, why not the others. Because in the Vedas, there is also the mention of various demigods, worship of various ancestors, worship of different types of worship is also given. Then why should we worship Lord Krishna? So in that, the verse number 28 to 29 says, Vasudeva para Veda, Vasudeva para Makhaha, Vasudeva para Yoga, Vasudeva para Kriyaha, Vasudeva param jnanam, Vasudeva param tapaha, Vasudeva paro dharmo, Vasudeva paragatihi. So in this, we'll just briefly discuss this. So let me just share my screen here. So this is what it says. So starting with Vasudeva. Vasudeva means Lord Krishna, son of Vasudeva. Or Vasudeva, another meaning is the all-pervading personality of God. The all-pervading personality of God is also called as Vasudeva. So here, the word para or param or paraha or para, they are all meaning one thing, that superlative, topmost. Just like you see, we see super, the word super, right? For example, is coming from, it means above. Even para means above, one above. So parampara means like, one above the other, just like that, or para means it's the topmost, superlative. So every sentence is starting with this. So it's repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. All right, 8 times. Vasudeva para. Lord Krishna is the supermost dash. Lord Krishna, supermost Makha. Makha means fire sacrifice. Yoga, Kriya, activity, Jnanam, knowledge, Tapa, austerity, Dharma, religious principle, Gati, destination. Very interesting. Dharma is religious principle. Tapa is austerity. Jnanam, we know knowledge. Kriya is activities. Yoga, we know. Veda means among the Vedas. So let me just share the purport here. So it says in the revealed scriptures, the ultimate object of knowledge is Sri Krishna. Vasudeva Para Veda. So we have so many Vedas. How many Vedas do we have? 4 Vedas. Right? Anybody can say the names?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Samved, Rigved, Yajurved, Atharved.
Yeah. So these are the Vedas. And there are 108 Upanishads. Of course, there are many more, just to name the principal ones. And we have different kinds of Vedic literatures like Aranyakas, Brahmanas, we have the Puranas, and the Itihasas, and which consisted of Ramayana, Mahabharata. So all these constitute the Vedic literature. So when it is said here that Vasudeva Paraveda, that means the highest or the ultimate object of knowledge in the Vedas is Krishna. Krishna means God. Same thing Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Veda is cha sarvair ahameva vedyo. That is, Veda is Lord Krishna is the object of all the Vedas. The purpose of the Vedas, there are many purposes. So 90% is, for materially driven activities like the Karmakanda rituals, which can promote us to the various heavenly planets. And the remaining 10% or the cream of it is about the Vedanta Jnana, is about the knowledge of the soul, impersonal conception. And less than that, maybe 1% of it or something like that is about the personal knowledge of Lord Krishna. So this knowledge of Lord Krishna is the purpose of the entire Vedas. Even though it constitutes only 1%, it's still the most important thing. How do we understand that? Let's try to understand. So all of you are parents, some of you, at least you give various instructions to your children. So when you give instructions to your children, there are various instructions, various levels in which you give the instructions. So for example, you may allow your children to play maybe video games or something which you think is very counterproductive or unproductive also. Maybe sometimes you can say, okay, you can go to the movie. So you have said that. It has come from your mouth. That you said to your child, you can do it. Yes, you can take the chocolate or something that you don't want them to do it. But you still tell it. But that cannot be taken as the supreme instruction. Are you with me? Are you with me here? For example, if let's say there's a small child and let's say the mother says, okay, you can play the video game on the mobile. So let us say this boy will record this message and he will keep repeating it. My mother has given me instruction. You can play. If you want, see, I'll play it for you. She said, see, she said that. She herself said that. You can play. I will repeat that and I will do it. So what is the problem with this? What is the wrong thing about this logic? Anybody can say?
Maybe she's saying in anger, Prabhuji, or in just, okay, I'll play it for you. Play. You're not listening to me. Your take. This we do often with the kids, Prabhuji. They are so stubborn, they don't listen to you. And we say, okay, yeah, have the chocolate if you want.
Yes.
I'm opening
So,
the wrap for you. Yeah, eat it.
yes.
As much
So,
as you want. Take all, eat it.
exactly.
It's
So,
in anger. It's in
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like for a very stubborn child, you have to be at least, you have to be listening at least 3 times, and then you will say what you want, right? 3 times you'll say, okay, do it. And the 4th time you'll say, no, don't do it. Right? Because if you just keep repeating what you want to do, you'll not get the result, isn't it? And what you want, you have an objective that, you just study or you just do this, but they just hate that instruction. Okay. So what do you do? Sometimes you give a compromised instruction. The compromised instruction is for the satisfaction of the child. But that doesn't mean the compromised instruction can be 90% of your speech. Is it not? Don't you think so? We don't talk 100% all the time, right? We have to be very strict. We have to be very disciplined. Do we talk like that with children? Tell me. Do you speak like that? Anybody with your children? We don't do that, right? Are you with me here?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So that means there is some kind of a compromised instruction for the stubborn child who wants to continue that activity, which is not so productive, but still in a limited way, we are allowing it. Okay, in a limited way, I will say, okay, go out and play for some time and come back. No problem. In a limited way. So Vedas encouraging sense gratification or materially motivated activities, or if Vedas are encouraging any kind of irreligious principle, or if Vedas are encouraging anything which is not related to Krishna, which is not related to pure spiritual bliss, that is a compromised instruction for the stubborn children. Just with the view that one day they will come to the ultimate topmost instruction. So the topmost instruction is this: Vasudeva Paraveda. So this Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, which constitutes a minority of the entire Vedas, is the essence of the Vedas. That's why Krishna said, Veda is just sarvai rahameva vedyo. So that is where you will get the concentrated instructions of the Supreme Personality of God. Krishna is directly saying what he wants us to do. So he's openly, clearly, directly saying what we have to do and what we should not do. So the only supreme worshipable object of the Vedas is Lord Sri Krishna. Because worshipping Lord Sri Krishna is exactly the opposite of the materially motivated religion. Materially motivated religion is the worship of demigods, which leads to material happiness, which has been given by Krishna himself. In Bhagavad Gita, he says that the demigods have been created so that they give benedictions to the human beings. And the human beings perform fire sacrifices and they satisfy the demigods and they get the benedictions and they're both happy. But this is a temporary arrangement. That is, we worshipping the demigods, giving them the fire sacrifices, and they are happy giving us the benedictions. It is like this. Now, let us say that there is a prison house. So there is a prison house here, and there are some prisoners, and there are some authorities. So the prisoners are obedient to the authorities to please them. So they are happy, they are happy. But the purpose is not to please each other. The purpose is, what is the purpose of the person?
To get free
To
from
exit.
the prison.
Exactly. To exit out of the prison is the purpose of the prisoner. So,
Prabhuji, I have a doubt here.
yes, please.
Why all these long routes, Prabhuji? In other religions, they have only one person to worship. directly we should not be. I mean, these demigods and all should not be in that position. They should be. I mean, we should have connection only with one person. Finished. There is no question of demigods. That god, this god. All those different layers. No, why all this for us?
Yeah.
It is
Okay,
so
good
easy.
question.
Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Katham, finished. Our
Correct.
first of all, our memory is so small. But
Yes.
secondly, our lifetime is so small. Half of us are, in fact, all my neighbors I see, they're going to Sai Baba and all, and they're trying to tempt me to that. So 90% I feel are going astray, and I'm nobody to advise. I simply keep quiet and sit.
Yes. So that is the point of Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, see, in a very complex structure, see what happens is there is a complex structure here. We have the Supreme Lord here, and he does not personally involve in the universal affairs. He is aloof from the universal affairs. In his incarnations of the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, he is running the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universe. And similarly, the various affairs, such as the sun god, moon god, and the material nature, all these demigods, they are managing the universal affairs. Whereas Lord Krishna is aloof from them. He's just supervising them. Under his control, everything is going on, basically. So, naturally, what will happen? We cannot deny this, that this structure is there. We cannot deny that they are not there. I can't say sun god is not there. Or I can't say, Mother Saraswati is not there, goddess of learning. We cannot say that because they are there. They are running the show. They are actually running inside the material universe. They are doing the things. So what happens is, when we do not lack the knowledge, as long as we do not seek knowledge, we will worship the demigods. So actually, like you said, that's an important point actually, because we don't have time at all. Then why are we wasting time? So that is exactly the concern of the sages. I'll just show you. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, one of the questions, let me just show you and show this. Yeah. So what is this? This is the question number. In the first question, after immediately the first question, Prayena alpayusha sabya kalavasmin yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagyahi upadrita. So these sages are saying, oh learned one, in this age of Kali, men already have short lives. Like Mataji rightly said, first of all, we don't have hundreds of years. We have very less time. We have to do concentrated devotional service. The only way to go back to God. But we are already wasting our time. And if we go and tell them, they will quarrel. If we say, no, don't worship, they will quarrel. And they're not lazy. They're lazy. They don't want to find out the truth. Or they are misguided. Means they have some kind of conceptions already and they're not open-minded to hear or read Bhagavad Gita, understand. No, they're not ready. Unlucky and always disturbed. So this is the people, this is the situation of the people of Kali Yuga. That's why the question asked is, question number 2, there are so many scriptures and so many prescribed duties. It'll take so much of time to do all that. So please select the essence of the scriptures and explain so that their hearts may be fully satisfied. So give us the essence of all the Vedas and finish it. No, we don't want to give them 6 different instructions. We say that, okay, you worship the 6 demigods. Every day, one demigod. None of the demigod is satisfied. Instead, worship one God. And let God be satisfied. And He is ready to give everything. Right? So that is what the point is. Okay. So it's a variety of our religion. As a part of the materially motivated religion, Karma Kanda, the worship of 5 people is recommended. One is Devas or demigods. So some people have a problem with the word demigods. So let me put the word as Devi Devata. We can say Devatas or Devatas. We have 33 crore Devi Devata. So number 2, we have the worship of the ancestors. We have the worship of the rishis. We have the worship of the humans. And we have the depth towards the animals. So the point is, Karmakanda is a ritualistic way to worship all these people, because the assumption is there is no knowledge about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But once we know that there is one person who is the root of the creation, by worshipping whom all this is fulfilled automatically. Yasmin tushte jagat tushtaha. By worshipping Lord Krishna, everything is satisfied. So just like we tell the example of the tree. There's a tree and there are so many roots and branches and fruits. So these roots and trees, you can think leaves as, different kinds of devatas. So you have to satisfy all of them. 33 crore are there. How are you going to do that? And ancestors up to Brahma, there are so many ancestors. You have to rishis, so many scriptures. So with our Kali Yuga lifetime, we cannot satisfy anybody. So better water the root. Better water the root. So this root is to be said to be Lord Krishna. By watering the roots, everybody is satisfied. So this is the principle of Bhagavatam. So that is what I mean. See, it is not easy to get convinced. It's very difficult to digest this fact. It's very difficult for people to digest it because we have different conceptions. We have our own culture, our own heritage, our own Ishtadev, our Kuladev. So many concepts that we have. So it takes a lot of time for us to digest it. So that's what is here. So that's why, Suta Goswami. But Suta Goswami doesn't want to mince his words. He doesn't want to mislead. At least as far as Bhagavatam is concerned, it speaks straight, whether we like it or we do not like it. It just tells the absolute truth. Vasudeva Paraveda, Lord Krishna, is the object of all the Vedic knowledge. Vasudeva Paramaka, all the fire sacrifices, yajnas that we are doing to all the 33 crore demigods, the purpose is to satisfy Krishna. Because Krishna is ultimately the object of the sacrifice. Bhoktaram yajna tapasa. Even if you do the demigod worship, it is going to Krishna only. Because he's saying Bhoktaram yajna tapasa. I am the Bhokta. He is going to enjoy it. And there are so many yoga systems. There are so many yoga studios. Some people like to do dhyana. Some people like to do speculative knowledge. Some people believe in various yoga systems. But the topmost yoga system is the Vasudeva yoga system. Vasudeva yoga system is a slightly hatke kind of a yoga system. Different style it is. Krishna consciousness. So this is called as Krishna consciousness. So in this yoga system, you don't have to go to the Himalayas, or you don't have to eat the roots and have any kind of a difficult austerities. All you have to do is stay back where you are. Sthani stita pratigatam tanuvan manobhi. This is Lord Brahma's instruction. Just stay where you are and throw the speculative knowledge away. Don't speculate about God. Maybe God is light, maybe God is this, maybe God is old, God is good, God is bad. Don't speculate. Just listen. Just listen to the story of Krishna. This is the process. This is also called as a Raja Vidya or the Krishna consciousness. Vasudeva Parakriya. So let's just see that. Vasudeva Parakriya means all the fruitive activities are ultimately rewarded by him only. Ultimately, it is Krishna who is rewarding. We think that I worshipped some one demigod and that Devata has given me something. But Krishna is informing that whatever worship you are doing to the demigods is coming to me, and whatever benedictions they are doing, they are giving is actually given by me. Krishna asserts in Bhagavad Gita. But it is done in an incorrect way. Just like if you have to pay the tax, it's better directly to pay to the government rather than to give the officers. It is also possible to bribe the officers who are there in between, but it is better give it to the main government. Then it is correct system. So then Vasudeva Param Jnanam. So the supreme knowledge is to know about Krishna. Vasudeva Param Tapaha. The severe austerities are performed to know him. This is the purpose of austerity. So there are some people, there are some asuras like Ravana. They're performing severe austerities. They're cutting their head and putting inside the fire. and Lord Shiva is coming in front of them, and then they are asking benedictions. The benediction is, I want the power to control everybody. I want to destroy the universe. So these are the benedictions that are asked. So this is not the purpose of the austerity. The purpose of the austerity is to know Krishna. And dharma is rendering loving devotional service to him. So we have our own conceptions of dharma. Dharma means this, dharma means that, dharma means that, kula dharma. We think kula dharma. Kula dharma means my family duties. We have a high regard for that. That's nice. Even Arjuna had so. He was saying, I have heard that in my family tradition it is like this. In this it is like that. In this it is like that. He started saying all these objections. Therefore I shall not fight. Krishna said towards the end, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja. He said, forget. He said, give up all your religious activities. Sarva dharman parityajya. Give up all your conception of dharma. Mam ekam sharanam raja. And surrender unto me. That is the sanatana dharma. That is the eternal activity of our soul.
Prabhuji, one more doubt I got.
Yes, Mata.
Arjuna was a devotee of Shiva also, no? And Krishna did not mind it.
Actually,
He allowed
Krishna
it.
sent him. Krishna only sent. Yes, Krishna has
Yes,
sent.
yes.
Yes. He has sent to various. He also sent to Indra also, Krishna. So
Yes,
for the
yes.
sake of fulfilling the materially motivated activities, he sends. Even to Indra also he sends. So
Okay.
actually it is said, no, kamaistaisya ritajnana yajantehi anya devata. That means the demigod worship, the purpose is material benediction. The purpose is that he wanted the Pashupata Astra. There were so
So
many.
that Krishna only should have given, no?
It is not under the care of Krishna. It is under the care of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva is not different from Krishna. So Lord Shiva is
Yeah.
not different from Krishna. So it is like, Krishna only, Lord Shiva is Krishna only in the mode of ignorance. That is for the material world. Lord Krishna does not, he is nirguna. He does not mix with any of the material modes of nature. But if he has to do activities, like I told you, his avatara is Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. He is managing the activities. So it is him, he himself only. We cannot say it is different, anybody other than him.
Okay,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. Vasudeva Param Gatihi means the.
Sir, even I have a doubt.
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, in that 10 offenses to the holy name,
Yes.
we'll do every morning, right? That one.
Yes.
That it said we should not make Brahma, Vishnu, and all demigods like Brahma, Vishnu, and all
Correct.
same as we should not tell that they're same as Krishna.
Yes.
So
No, the offense is to think that the names of Lord Brahma or Lord Vishnu.
I came to know that part.
Yeah, let me tell you. The names. Yeah, tell me.
I'm just asking that there was demigods like not Vishnu, Shiva and Brahma. So Brahma and Shiva are demigods.
Yes, that's what it means, right? Yes. So
Okay,
the names of the demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, we should not think that their names are independent of Krishna.
Prabhuji, one more doubt I got.
Yeah, but let me answer this question. Okay, let me finish. Let me finish this. If we think that the names of Vishnu are equal to, or if we say that the names of, let me just open the 10 offenses a little bit here. 10 offenses. Let's see. The first one. Second one is to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. That means the glories of the names of the demigods are not independent of Lord Vishnu. That we have to understand. Or we should not think that they are equal also. They are not equal nor independent. Is that clear? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, Mataji?
Sir, and one more thing.
Yeah.
That I was talking about Jagannatha that day, that Krishna's heart was inside that casing, right?
Yes.
That's actually not that, but it's that when Krishna died, that time his heart was there, right? that one the hunter told to Arjuna, and Arjuna kept it on a raft and let it float. That heart made itself into a gem, and that went near the ocean of Puri. Then some tribal person took it. He put it in a cave, and many people came to worship it. Then they put the Jagannatha, this one around it.
See, basically, I'm not sure there is any scriptural evidence for this. They are generally the temple folklore. Okay, it is
Yeah,
not
but basically,
philosophical.
not
I
like
understand, but philosophically, it is wrong. It is philosophically incorrect to think that the body of the form of the Lord is material is actually a ignorance. If you think that the body of Lord is like a human being, it is not like that. He does not have a difference between his body and his soul. So when he appears or he disappears, he goes back to the Godhead with his original form. It is not like our body. So for those people who don't understand that, they accept it. But we are talking about a very higher philosophy here. Right? So we don't accept that kind of a thing. That, Lord's body is different from Krishna. It is not like that. Okay? Yes, Mataji? Kalyani Mataji, what's your question? Kalyani Mataji, you had a question? Hare Krishna? Where is Kalyani Mataji? Okay, maybe some drop down. Fine. So, let us continue. So, we were speaking about this. So, the three things that we have to understand here, we saw. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So let's just continue with our chapter number 3. We'll start with the chapter number 3. So the chapter number 3 is here. Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Suta Vacha. So before we come to the incarnations, let's just try to understand what are these incarnations. So to elaborate this, what are the incarnations? Let me just tell you. What is the incarnation? Okay. So what is Krishna and what is the difference between our birth and Lord's birth? So I just want you to tell me what is the difference between our birth and God's birth. Let's see the differences.
Sir, God can choose with whom He wants to be born, where He wants to be born, and we can't.
Yeah. So He can choose His parents, and what else? That's number 1. So I can't choose my parents. I can't choose my destiny. So Krishna can choose. What else? So when Krishna was born, how was He born?
Sir, He was born and
Four-handed and with all his
Narayana.
abharana.
Yes. Correct. So let's just see that. How He was born. So it looks like this. So when Lord Sri Krishna was born, first of all, He was born in a jail. First of all, we don't call the birth of Krishna as birth. We call it as appearance. Just like how the sun rises and sun sets. But our birth and our death is different. So that's why I was saying, we don't accept the legend of Krishna having a separate heart, separate body, separate limbs like that. Because Krishna's birth is transcendental. Janma karma chame divyam evam yovete tatvata. And as soon as he was born with his ornaments. He was born with ornaments and he immediately showed four-handed form. So we don't show four-handed form when we are born. Correct? And Devaki was doing prayers. Devaki and Vasudeva are doing prayers as soon as Krishna was born. And they are doing prayers. And the secrets of the birth of Lord Krishna are given in the Bhagavad Gita chapter number 4. Let's just see that. So, here in the chapter number 4, Krishna starts saying, many births you and I have passed, but I can remember all of them, you cannot. So this is another difference. So first one is we can't choose our parents, and parents we can't choose. Second one is remember. If I ask you what is your past birth, you cannot explain. You cannot say what is your past birth. But Krishna, he knows what is his past birth also. Okay, I can remember them all, but you cannot. Krishna can remember all his incarnations, but we cannot. Next difference is he is unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates. So this is an important point. So it's not like, Krishna will leave his body. So that's called as Asura Vimohana Leela. So it's like people who do not understand the philosophy with lesser intelligence, they think that Krishna's body is separate. But it is not the fact. He says, I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates. I still appear millennium after millennium in my original transcendental form. So the third difference is his form is transcendental. My form is not transcendental. So I don't come with my original body, right? And leave with my original body. So mine is like a material body, transcendental form. And the fourth difference is he has got a purpose. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Let's write down the fourth one. He has a purpose. He has a mission. His mission is to deliver the pious people and destroy the miscreants. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I am not taking birth for establishing dharma. You understand? That is not the purpose of living entity, at least. That is the purpose of the Lord. To protect the pious and annihilate the miscreants. And this is very secretive. If you simply know the secret about this Lord's birth, means the unborn is getting born. If we understand that, we will not be born again. This is the secret. So this is called as the incarnation. Incarnation means avatara. That means, avatara means Lord Krishna is in abode. Krishna's abode, he is in his abode, right? Lord Krishna. So this is the material world, this is the spiritual world, Vaikuntha planets, and this is the material worlds. Inside that, there are so many universes, multiverse. So infinite universes are there. So he will descend into one of the universe. That is why avatar means something which is already there is coming down. He's coming inside. And when he goes back, he'll go back at his own will. So when I die, I am not guaranteed that I'll be liberated. It's not like that. But Krishna, he will enter and he will exit. So how can we understand that? But when we enter here, we are cycling here. We are just in a cycle loop.
Prabhuji, whiteboard isn't shared.
Sorry.
Whiteboard.
Okay,
screen
sorry. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah. So Lord Krishna is coming from the transcendental world, spiritual world. He is coming to the material world. So there are so many universes here. He is entering into the universe, and he will come and he will exit. And he will come in various incarnations also. So different incarnations are there. Different types of incarnations are there. When Krishna himself comes, it's called as Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. There are different types of incarnations also. Just now I said, for example, Brahma and Lord Shiva are also incarnations of Krishna. But they are slightly different type. It's a different category of incarnation. Balram is also incarnation. So all of these are incarnations, but there is a categorization for these incarnations. So when he comes, he will descend. So this is very interesting information. So we're going to hear about so many incarnations of Lord Sri Krishna. Right? So in this chapter, we will hear about all the incarnations of Lord Sri Krishna. How he has come, why he has come, all the purpose that we will see. So let's just see that. So we saw this, and coming back
Sir,
to, yes,
you said it's not guaranteed to get liberated, right?
yes,
Yeah, that means if we go to Puri also, Puri Jagannatha, and we see Jagannatha and come, that's still not guaranteed liberation.
see, as per the scriptures, see, if we leave our body at the time of death, remembering Krishna, then we can go back to God. So that is the main thing. So if we are able to remember Krishna at the time of death, or if we leave our body in Puri, we may go back to Godhead. The sure short way to go back to Godhead is always remember Krishna. The main point is to remember Krishna at the time of death. Antakale chamami vasmaran muktva kalevar. If you go to
Prabhuji, I
Puri,
got a
if you,
doubt here.
yes, Mataji.
They say Varanasi also, all these people, so many of my patients in their 50s and 60s, they have gone off to Varanasi to, spend the rest of their lives there. And Varanasi, they say that, even at the time of annihilation, the whole universe will be annihilated, but only Varanasi will remain as it. So people go there also.
Yes, I will show you that. See, basically, I'll show you the Goloka chart, then you'll understand that. Let me just show you this in high resolution. It will be clear. Okay. So here you see, yeah, this picture we will take. It is clear. Okay. I'm not able to get a proper image here. Okay. Let's see if this will help. Yeah. So what happens is, this is the material worlds. This is the material world. Beyond the material world, there is Mahat Tattva, and this is the spiritual world, Vaikunta. In between these two is the Kailasha. You can see here Kailasha. See, this is the material world. It's not clear, this picture. Give me a second. And let's try this out. Okay, this is better. Yeah. You see, this is our material world. And outside this is the Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Jyoti means light. And we have Kailasha. So the Varanasi is the expansion of this Kailasha planet. Kailasha is the border of the spiritual world. Okay. So therefore, those who remember, or those who die in Kailas, they will go back to this spiritual world. So here they will be promoted to Vaikunta if they are properly Krishna conscious, or else they will have to come back again here. So they have two options. Either they can go to the Vaikunta planet or come down. So here it's like a staging area where they have a chance to go back to Godhead. Okay. So, and another thing, it is said in Varanasi, anybody who dies, it is said that Lord Shiva makes the living entity remember them, remember the names of Lord. He chants the names of Lord in their ears. So that is why there is an opportunity for them, there is a possibility for them to go back to Godhead. So that is why they know this. So, but the thing is, main thing we have to understand is the Bhagavad Gita is the ultimate authority. And the final instruction of Bhagavad Gita is Antakale chamami vasmaran muktva kalevaram yahprayati samadbhavam nastyatra asamshayaha. That means if we remember Krishna at the time of death, we will go back to Godhead, to the spiritual world. But if we remember anything other than Krishna, Devan Deva Yajan Yanti. Yanti Deva Vratan Devan. So Krishna is saying, if we worship the demigods, we'll go to the world of the demigods. Yanti Deva Vratan Devan. Pitrun Yanti Pitru Vrataha. If we worship the Pitru Loka, we'll go to the Pitru Loka here. Here it is the Pitru. And Bhutani Yanti Bhutecha. If we worship the ghosts, we'll go to these ghosts, Rakshasas and ghosts. Yanti Madhyaji Nopima. That means if we worship Krishna, we'll go here. So it's actually a misconception to think that I will worship anybody and I'll go to Vaikuntha. Like, is it logical? Just think about it. I will worship there are some people who are worshipping the ghosts also. So if you say that ghost worshippers also go to Vaikuntha, is there any logic for this? Right? Krishna is saying, Yanti Deva Vratan Devan. If you worship the Lord Brahma, you'll go to Brahmaloka. Right? If you worship Durga Devi, you'll be in the Durga Dham. If you worship Lord Shiva, you'll come to Kailasha. Yanti Deva Vratan Devan. Pitrun Yanti Pitru Vrataha. If you worship the what do you say, the ancestors, will go to the Pitru Loka, which is here, somewhere just below the Swarga Loka, it is there, here. And if you worship the ghosts and hobgoblins, we'll go to their planet. But if we worship Krishna, we transcend even Vaikuntha and we go back to Godhead. Yanti Madhyajinopi Ma. Is that clear? So, those people who are going to Kashi, actually, that is their inclination. So, they will go to Kailasa. They'll go to the abode of Lord Shiva. Okay?
Prabhuji, what about the lower planets? They are actually the hellish planets is what?
The hellish planets are there. So if we do not worship, and that's what I mean, what happens is like, at least the demigod worshippers will go to the demigod worlds. Those who don't do that worship also, those who are like fallen, mischievous, who are envious, they'll be sent to the lower planets system. Those who maintain the tamoguna, mode of ignorance, so they come down to the lower planet system. Okay? So those people who are very sinful and who are maintaining the mode of ignorance, Adho Gachanti Tamasa, the mode of ignorance, Tamoguna. They maintain Tamoguna, they will go downwards. They will attain the hellish planets. And then, okay, Pitruloka is also here, I'm sorry. Pitruloka is here and the hellish planets. They'll go to the hellish planets and they'll suffer there. And later they'll come back and they'll become an animal here. So after becoming animal, they have to go through the entire chain of different evolution species. Finally, they'll get a human body. Getting human body, again a chance. We have the choice. Where do you want to go? Right? So, whether we want to stay back here, Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartin Arjuna. You want to stay back here? Then we should ignore Krishna. If you want to go back to Godhead, Yadgatvana Nivartante Tadhama Paramam Mama. By going where there is no coming back, if you want to go there, you have to worship Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, please.
Prabhuji, we heard we have only 7 lives. Sat Janam. And 84 lakh yonis. How is it possible, Prabhuji?
No, we don't have 7 lives, Mataji. Actually, it is not a correct
Actually, Prabhuji, in that Garud Puran, which what I'm hearing nowadays, it is stated that we have 7 births.
Okay.
So that's why I was confused, Prabhuji, ki how matlab then 84 lakh yonis and then only 7 lives.
No, that's not correct, Mataji. I mean, we have to understand in context. I'll have to see what is that shloka. If I see that, I will understand better. In context, we have to understand. I don't know exactly what is the context. If I see that shloka, then I'll be able to better comment.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay. So it can be an interpretation also. That's why. But the thing is, there are in one day of Brahma, there is 430 crore years. And even if we are going to live 100 years per lifetime, so that means we have 4.3 crore lives in one day of Brahma. 4.3 crore lives if we are getting a human form of life, if we live for 100 years. Otherwise, it can be much more than that also. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, Dr. Vinayak Prabhu. Yes, please tell me.
Prabhuji, is it one universe is equal to how many? Means there is a one. We have one Saura means so sun and other planets. Means one this universe means how many planets like that? Is like,
One universe, how many planets? Means
yeah, how many means? For example, you see, we are in the state of our sun and around uh, nine this thing. So
yeah, 9
like this,
planets.
how
Like this, how many planets are there? There are so many infinite. There are innumerable planets. Of course, these are grahas.
in one universe?
In
These
one
are
universe,
how we
yeah,
are
in one
uh,
universe also there are very many different planets in the same universe. So I mean, within the, of course, they are in the categorized within this 14 lokas only. So, for example, the rishis, the sages, we see Durvasa. Sorry, we see the. For example, we show Arundhati, right, on the star. We see Dhruva star. So these are all, they are all in the upper planetary system. So there are many
upper
actually.
planetary system.
Yeah, upper planetary system. They are one of the 7 planetary systems. I mean, like, this is a broad classification. Yeah, but within that there can be many also.
Many. Okay, Babaji.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes, Prabhu. Tell me.
sir, which is the lowest of the hell planets? Because I was watching this one, Radha Krishna, and that time Krishna went into the hellish planets, and that time he was telling this one. That's why some
So the
lowest
lowest
planet.
planetary system is Patala. Okay. Lowest planetary system is Patala. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
what happens is, one of the pastimes of is, when this earth globe was synced into Patala, Lord came in the form of a boar and picked it up from here and pulled it up to the Bhuloka. You have seen the boar incarnation, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it went to Patala. So below that is Ananta Shesha, Lord Sankarshana. It's the lowest, in the complete bottom is Ananta Shesha, Lord Sankarshana, upon which the entire universe is resting. The entire universe
Sir,
is
and
resting.
why did the earth go to Patala?
It was taken by Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha is a demon. He is envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So just to challenge him, he took the earth and he hid it in the Patala. So Lord took an incarnation of the boar, and with his tusks, he lifted it back to the Bhuloka, and he had a fight with him and killed him.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So let's get back. Any more questions? Okay. So we'll get back. So first of all, it is talking about the expansions of the Purusha incarnations. There are 3 Purusha incarnations. Let us see the Purusha incarnations. Everything can be explained here only in these pictures. So first of all, there is the material world and the spiritual world. I'll explain what is that spiritual sky and material sky. You're able to see my screen? So,
Yes, Prabhuji.
yes, the spiritual sky. So originally everything is spiritual sky. So everything is spiritual sky. So in this, once there is a cloud that gets formed. It's a small cloud that's getting formed. So this cloud is 1/4 or 25%. The spiritual sky is 3/4 or 75%. So inside the spiritual sky is the spiritual worlds, where Lord is present and all the liberated entities and the Lord are present there. Okay, and here the material sky is formed by Mahat Tattva, in the form of Mahat Tattva, 16 elements. So the Supreme Lord descends into this material sky in the form of Karanodakashayi Vishnu, from whom all universes will come. So infinite universes will come from Vishnu, Mahavishnu. So in each of this universe, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu will be there. First is Karanodaka or Mahavishnu. Second one is Garbhodaka. Vishnu. Third one is Kshirodaka. Kshirodaka means, so the Vishnu who was present inside each of this universe as the soul of the universe. So here we are in one of the universes. Let us say we are here. We are currently here. There are many universes within the material sky. This is called as material sky. So within the material sky, there are many universes. Inside one of the universe, we are here. We are here currently. Okay. So in this universe, all the living entities are injected by Vishnu. All living entities are injected into the universes. And then Lord personally goes into each and every hearts of all living entities as Paramatma. So that is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu as Paramatma. So he is Paramatma. Okay, and when the incarnations come, they come through like Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. The incarnations come through the Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. Okay, so that is why it appears as if, Lord Krishna is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, because all the incarnations come through Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. But these incarnations are transcendental and they are in their own transcendental worlds, separate worlds. Okay, so now let us go back here. So we saw about the three Vishnus, Purushavatas. Let us just see this picture here, and I will share my screen once more.
Sir, so does that mean there are infinite earths?
Yes, there are infinite earths.
And after we die, we don't remember Krishna at the time of death, we could go into any universe.
No, we won't go to any other universe. As I have heard that we'll be in the same universe. We can't change the universe.
So we can't change universe.
No.
Okay, sir.
We can't change the universe. Okay. So this picture, if you see, okay. So here you see the Lord Krishna is descending, and he is descending here to the material world, and he is sleeping here in this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Here you can see Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. This is Kshirodaka Sai, Karanodaka Sai Vishnu. I'm sorry, Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, from whom all universes are coming. Can you see universes coming from him? From the holes of his skin, universes are coming. Each of them is a universe. Each of them has one Brahma. Each of them has a sun. Each of them has a solar system. So inside this universe, again, Lord enters as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And from him, Lord Brahma is born. And again, we have Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu within this universe as the super soul. Here we have Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. Can you see Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu? Third level. Three Vishnus. So first is Purushavatas, Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, from whom all the universes are coming, or the Mahat Tattva is getting agitated by Supreme Lord. The 16 elements, or the Mahat Tattva is agitated by the glance of is looking at it. When he glances the universe, he impregnates the universe. And he enters into the universe inside the ocean. Here, in the half is filled with water, and he is sleeping here. So, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. From him, Brahma is born. And he enters into the heart of every living entity as Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. So, three Vishnus. Done. So, next, let's go to the next avatar. So, let us start with the avatars. So, now.
Prabhuji, I have a doubt here.
Yes, Mataji, please, tell me.
Then I am following this TTD channel I told you, no?
Yes.
So they say that Govinda, or he has come himself down. He Pratyaksha, he's there in Tirupati.
Yes.
So for the benefit of mankind.
Yes.
So now, what is that part of Vishnu?
That
is
is
true, or we are made to believe it?
Yes, Lord can take infinite forms, Mataji. And all these dhams, whatever are there, they're all Vishnu dham, the Tirupati or whatever Lord's dham are there.
So he is there in the
Yes.
form of a deity there.
Yes, he is there in the form of a deity, yes.
Okay, Prabhuji. Or like that Swayambhu, what is that called? Lingas. All those are deities which are really powerful and full of energy, right?
Yeah, all the deities are generally like that. I mean, they do prana pratishtha, and some of them are swayambhu, some of them are, we do prana pratishtha. Not all of them. Some of them are swayambhu, some of them are we do the prana pratishtha.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. So now let us see the incarnations. First of all, in the beginning of the creation, where there were 4 unmarried sons of. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Somebody is asking me for the notes, but I don't have your number. Please message me, WhatsApp me. I'll send you the notes. Okay. Yeah. So I'm saying, first of all, in the beginning of the creation, there were the 4 unmarried sons of Brahma, Kumaras, the 4 Kumaras. These 4 Kumaras, they underwent severe austerities for the realization of the absolute truth. So when Lord Brahma was born, first of all, so let me just show you. So first, when Lord Brahma, he wanted to start the universe, I mean the creation of the population progeny, he wanted to multiply population when there was nobody. First 4 sons were born to him. They are called as Sanaka Sanandana. Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara, and Sanat Sujata. 4 people are there. They're like 4 small boys. Okay, they're 4 small boys. And they undergo austerities. They do not follow what Brahma is saying. When Lord Brahma says, go ahead and marry and, create children, they say, I'm sorry, we have the complete knowledge about this material world. We know that this material world is completely illusion. So we don't want to get into this. And they go and practice austerity. So Lord Brahma becomes infuriated. Okay, so this is the first incarnation. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yes. Okay, I'm just storing your number. Okay, thank you. Yeah, noted.
Prabhuji, one doubt I got.
Yes, please.
Now he have these 4 Kumaras.
Yes.
They are sons of Brahma.
Yes.
Brahma's wife is supposed to be Saraswati, right?
Actually, they are Manasa Putra. Yes, Brahma's wife is Saraswati, but Saraswati is not born yet. Okay, that's a different topic. That's a little bit of a controversy also. Because actually...
Okay, but so these 4 Kumaras are not Saraswati's sons?
No, they're not children of Saraswati. They're born out of Manasa Putra. They're born out of mind of Brahma.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So that's the first incarnation that is explained. 4 Kumaras. Dvitiyam tu bhava yasya rasatala gatam mahim uddharisyan upadatta yajnesha saukaram vapu. Means this is the boar incarnation. So we spoke about it. So once what happened? Hiranyaksha, there was a demon. So what he did, he took the earthly planetary system and he submerged inside the water, inside the Patala. And he challenged Lord Vishnu. So when he came to attack Lord Brahma, from the nose of Lord Brahma popped up one personality. And he grew in size. And he looked like a big boar. And he fought with Hiranyaksha. That is a very, very interesting pastime. So he fights with Hiranyaksha for a long time. And all the demigods are seeing and cheering. That, when he's trying to fight, they're fighting, wrestling. Very nice fight is going on. So much fight. And everybody's getting scared because it is getting evening time. So when it's evening time, the demons become more powerful. Then Lord Brahma comes and does prayers to Lord Vishnu. That, to Varaharupa, please kill him now. Because it is a good time now. Afterwards, the Sandhya will start and the demon will become very powerful. So then Lord Vishnu, Varaha will smile. I mean, he doesn't have to calculate these timings. He was just having fun. So he needs somebody to fight with. So that's one kind of a leela. He's nicely fighting. Then he gives a tight slap on the ears. And then the Hiranyaksha is dead. That is boar incarnation. Tritiyam Rishi Sargam Vai Devarshitvam Upetya Saha Tantram Satvatam Achashta Naishkarvyam Karmanam Yata. So the third incarnation, empowered incarnation in the form of Devarshi Narada. He's a great sage among the demigods. he collected the expositions of the Vedas which deal with the devotional service which inspire non-fruitive action. So Narada is also avatar of Lord Krishna. But he's a different category of avatar. He's not like the avatar of Lord Ramachandra, that kind of avatar, or Varaha. This is called Shakti Avesha Avatara. Shakti Avesha means empowered living entity. Narada is empowered living entity. So,
Like Maharaja.
Yeah, Prithu Maharaj also Shakti Avesha. Correct. So, Narada, what he does is, he gives Bhakti Sutras. So, Narada, we are coming under the disciplic succession of Narada. So, he gives the Bhagavatam, he gave Bhagavatam. He inspired Ramayana. So, all the devotional service, he inspires people. So, he gives the non-fruitive action, Krishna consciousness. He's a spiritual master of Krishna consciousness. So, then, in the fourth incarnation, Lord came as Naranarayana. So, Nara and Narayana. So, there are two rishis called Naranarayana. They are in Badrikashram. So, the previous incarnation of Krishna and Arjuna is Naranarayan. So, they do severe austerities, tapasya. Okay? So, they do severe austerities. And the Apsaras come to disturb the Lord Narayana. And Narayana produces or creates one Apsara called Urvashi from his thighs. So this is Naranarayana. Also we say Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottama. Okay, we are remembering Naranarayana. Okay. So like that, fifth incarnation is the Kapila. Okay. Kapila Muni. He's the Kapila Muni has instructed the Sankhya philosophy to Devahuti. To his mother, he instructed Sankhya philosophy. He spoke about the metaphysics. Okay, that is Kapila Muni. So that's why we say Kapila Deva. Kapil Deva is not Kapil Dev, but Kapila Deva. Kapil Dev. So sixth incarnation of the Purusha was Atreya, Dattatreya. So this Dattatreya incarnation, so be very popular also in the south, right? South and Maharashtra. Dattatreya is an incarnation of Lord Krishna. Tata Saptama Akutyam Rucher Yajno Abhijayata Sayamadhyaha Suraganair Apat Swayambhuva Antaram. Seventh incarnation was Yajna. Yajna is one kind of an administrative post. He's the son of Prajapati Ruchi and Akuti. So he was like the administrator during the change of Swayambhuva Manu. Okay, that is one incarnation. Another eighth incarnation is King Rishabha. The Rishabha Deva. In Bhagavatam, it will come deeper explanation about Rishabha Deva. What are the pastimes of Rishabha Deva? He exhibited extraordinary renunciation. So Rishabha Deva was a great king, but he was so renounced that when he left the house, he left naked. He was a Chakravarti. He was the king of the entire world. But he was so renounced that at point of time, he left his kingdom naked. So that is Rishabhadev. So next is ninth incarnation is Prithu Maharaj. So Prithu Maharaj, we will see in Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a great detail. We got the name Prithvi from Prithu Maharaj. Prithu. He ruled the entire world and he was the one responsible for creating the system of classifying villages and cities. So the modern civilization, we think, which is modern, this has been created millions of years ago by Prithu Maharaj. The system of villages, taxes, and system of cities.
Government,
yes. So then came the fish avatara, Matsya avatara. So Matsya came to protect Vaivasvata Manu, keeping him on the boat. So when the whole world was inundated with water, there was an incarnation of fish that came to protect the Manu. 11th incarnation is a tortoise, that is Kurma avatar, which served as a pivot for the Mandarachala hill. So this was used for churning of the milk ocean. The milk ocean was churned by keeping on the Kurma. Kurma was like this, and then the mountain was kept on it and they churned the milk. Next was Dhanvantari, like the god of medicine. And 13th is the Mohini Murti. Mohini comes, and when the Amrita came out of the milk ocean, and the demons claimed the ownership of the Amrita, this Lord Krishna comes in the form of a beautiful woman. And he charms all these demons and cheats them. And he gives the Amrita to the demigods. And 14th incarnation, he comes as Narsimha and kills the Hiranyakashipu to save the Prahlad Maharaj. To save his dear devotee Prahlad Maharaj, half lion, half human being. Lion face, human body. He comes in the form of Lord Narsimha. 15th incarnation is Vamana, dwarf incarnation. And he asks a donation from his own devotee, Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj became the king of all the three worlds. So to regain the kingdom and give it back to Indra, so he goes to his own devotee. He's a devotee. He doesn't want to kill him. Why will he kill devotee Krishna, Bhaktavatsala? So he goes and says, ask for donation. He goes in the form of a Brahmin boy and cheats him. Simply ask for donation. I will cheat him. He will say, I just want 3 steps. And then he will expand and he will take away everything. Okay. So Krishna, that's one kind of mercy. So that cheating is one kind of mercy. So the 16th incarnation is Parashurama. Very, very, violent Brahmana, Parashurama, who annihilated the Kshatriya race 21 times. Because the Kshatriyas did a rebellion against Brahmanas, he killed the Kshatriya race for 21 times. Very angry, ferocious. Shakti Avatara Avisha. Shakti Avisha Avatar. 17th incarnation, Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva, who is the author of this Bhagavatam and the compiler of the Vedas, is incarnation of Krishna. He divided the Veda into branches and sub-branches because he saw that people were less intelligent. See, even despite of dividing into Veda into so many branches, sub-branches, still we cannot figure it out. Because people of Kali Yuga are less intelligent. We cannot remember. We cannot understand. Next, 18th incarnation appeared as Lord Ramachandra. And then he exhibited superhuman powers by controlling the Indian Ocean and killed the atheist king Ravana on the other side of the sea. We all know the Lord Ramachandra's pastimes. 19th and 20th incarnation, he himself advented as Krishna Balarama, in the family of Vrishni. The purpose was to remove the burden of the world. When Mother Earth goes to Brahma and cries that, I am very much burdened by the sinful kings, please remove the burden. So then Lord comes as Krishna Balarama. Right? Krishna also says his mission, no, Kalosmi Loka Kshaya Pravritto. The purpose of my birth is to annihilate all the sinful people. Right? That's why Krishna has appeared. Right? Vinashaya cha dushkrutam. And next, in the Kali Yuga beginning, Lord will appear as Lord Buddha, as a son of Anjana in the province of Gaya, for the purpose of deluding those who are envious to the faithful theist. So Buddha incarnation, he will preach anti-Vedic principles. He will say Vedas, don't believe them. Don't believe in God. So like that. So that is, again, there is a little bit of depth also inside this. They say that there are 2 Buddhas. The Buddha that we popularly know is not the same Buddha as this incarnation. Next, he will take birth as Kalki. This is yet to be done, not yet come. Son of Vishnu Yasha. And he will kill all the Mlecha kings. All the rulers of the earth will be degenerated into plunderers. At that time, Kalki will come. There's still a long time. I know everybody wants Kalki, but still 4,27,000 years to go. So these are all the incarnations. The incarnations are innumerable like rivulets flowing from the inexhaustible source of water. So just like inside of water, there are so many rivulets that are coming. They are unlimitedly, they are coming. Right? And there are many more incarnations. We just mentioned 22 here. First we mentioned 3 avatara, Purusha avatara, 3 types of Vishnu and 22 incarnations. Now you see all the rishis, manus, demigods, all the portions and plenary portions of the Lord, they are Prajapatis. They are also one kind of incarnations of Krishna. They're called Vibhuti. So directly or indirectly, everything is controlled by Krishna. That's what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate. He is the Lord of everything and everyone, Krishna. From him, all the incarnations, all the vibhutis, all the demigods, everybody is coming only from Krishna. And finally, very important verse, Ete chamsa kala pumsa krishnastu bhagavan swayam. Indrari vyakulam lokam hrudayanti yuge jana. Yuge. That means, see, the listed incarnations, they are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. 22 incarnations we spoke about. We spoke about Manus, Prajapatis, demigods. Everybody are portions or plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Krishna is the Bhagavans. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This is a very important verse. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This is the Paribhashaka Sutra, the definitive verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Everything is centered around this verse in the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the evidence for the entire Vedas, and this is the evidence or the definitive verse for Srimad Bhagavatam. So that means this verse is the definition of the entire Veda. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. That is, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. Whereas all the other
What does
incarnations.
theist mean?
Huh?
Theist and atheist.
Theist means who believe in God. Atheist who doesn't believe in God.
Okay.
So don't believe in God, called atheist. So if we recite this mysterious appearance of the Lord with devotion in the morning and evening, we get relief from all miseries of life. So simply by remembering these pastimes, these incarnations, so remember one of the 6 questions, the question number 5 was describe the various adventures done by multi-incarnations of the Lord. So that is why the incarnations have been listed here, question number 5. And now Virat Rupa has been explained here. That Virat Rupa is universal form of the Lord, is imaginary form. Okay. So yeah, okay, that's about Virat Rupa. So I think we can stop here. Okay, so we saw different incarnations today. So many incarnations, how Krishna is ruling the entire world. We spoke about a lot of things, a lot of depth was covered. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Any questions or anything that you want to add?
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Sir, I
You
have a
were
doubt
very,
about-
very kind
Thank you,
to
Mataji.
explain all our doubts.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much,
Sir.
Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you.
Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, those who want to leave can leave. Thank you. Yes, Lakshit Prabhu, please.
Sir, you were telling we'd get a signed certificate from H.G. Jayapatartha Swami, right?
Yes.
Yeah, is that a real certificate that we'll get in real life, or else is it like the certificate we got in real
It
one?
is like a certificate that you got in the Gita Gyan.
Okay, it's for virtual certificate.
Virtual certificate.
And for that, should we attend the what is that sadhana sheet, or else should we attend the classes at 5
You have
a.m.?
to fill the sadhana sheet for the entire 30 days. That's very important. You fill the 30 days sadhana sheet, and
Okay.
how much ever you can do, you do. If you just fill the sheet, okay, we will give.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay.